Hey everyone, it's Alison Heikkila. Thank you so much for joining me. We are going to make a quick card today. I had gotten this gorgeous Diamond Stars 3D embossing folder from Altenew from my darling friend Glow. She totally knows my style, and I have been itching to use this, so I'm super stoked to get it onto a card. But I need to do something fast today. I am kind of behind on my projects right now because there's been a lot going on, and because of that, I'm having a hard time concentrating. And I've talked about this stuff before, like, how do you create when you're sad, or how do you create when you're stressed? And this is one of those times where I need to do something, not because I have to, although I kind of do, but because I need to express myself somehow. And not that I'm going to make this huge painting that is expressing the stress that I'm feeling or the anxiety that I'm feeling, whatever, but I just need to be creative, even if it's only for 10 minutes. So, this is my outlet. Creating, whether it's card making or scrapbooking or painting or making jewelry or whatever, it's my outlet. So I need to create in order to feel even marginally better. Let's face it, we're all going through something, right? We're all going through something. And right now, there just seems to be a lot of somethings happening. And using something that one of my closest friends gave me and using things that I love and colors that I love, teal. And as you can tell, my fingernails are teal because I recently just dyed my hair teal again. So these are things that are going to make me feel even a little bit better without having to go full on like artist crazy, because quite honestly, I don't have time for that right now. As much as I would love to get completely immersed in a painting or a sculpture, I don't have time. So hopefully I didn't bore you too much with my commentary here, but I want you to understand where I'm coming from with this card. It's going to be awesome. I actually have like a finished idea in my head, which doesn't usually happen, but I've got an idea. We're going to do it. It's going to be easy. And I encourage you to, even when you're feeling your worst, to try to make something, because it might help. So that's what we're going to do. Again, this is the Diamond Stars embossing folder from Altenew, which I'm going to move to the side for now. We're not going to use it just yet. I also have, this is the Snowflake Flower from A Colorful Life Designs. We are not making a snowflake theme. It's just beautiful and I love it, and it's going to work really well with this embossing folder. I also have 3 colors of Catherine Pooler inks. We have Cummerbund, Aquatini, and Uptown. They're beautiful teals. I've got a single blending brush, and I've got some plain white cardstock. This isn't even Bristol, you guys. This is just basic white stuff that I use for my card bases. It's from Accent Opaque. I don't want something centered. I want something off to the side. I don't need to use pixie spray with this stencil. We're going to just line this up like so, and I'm going to use my fabulous magnets from my glass board. This is from Glassboard Studios, and I'm going to just get started. I did wipe off my brush a little bit on a towel before I got started, just so that there wasn't too much color from whatever I did last with this brush, because it could have been, it could have been one of these 3 colors, it could have been a distress color, but I really wanted to use just these. So I'm going super light-handed. What's nice about the magnets is that I can pick this up and see how it looks, and I'm happy with that. I don't want to go too dark in the middle. We're going to work our way out to the darker color. So now I'm grabbing Aquatini. I'm using the same brush, and I'm going to just work around the edge of where I left off. These colors are so pretty, and these ink pads are so juicy. You really don't have to work hard to get color onto your project, which is great for somebody like me that, I struggle with ink blending sometimes, depending on what kind of pain I'm feeling that day because of my connective tissue disorder. I also have early onset osteoarthritis, so that's a whole nother thing. And, using something that's super juicy like this makes things much easier. Again, I can lift this up, take a look, make sure I like how it looks, and I do. And now we're going to go in. I just shifted it, of course. Not too bad. Okay, now we're going to go in with Uptown, which is the deepest color that I have. And I'm going to be mindful that I don't go past this line. You could mask it off if you want to. I'm being lazy, and I don't feel like it. And hopefully that won't bite me later. And I'm going to go dark with this. I really want it to be dark. We could go light-handed as we did with the other colors, but I want this to be bold and striking. How rich is that color? It's beautiful. Okay, I think that that's good. Let's move this again. Yeah, look at that. That is so pretty. Okay, so now I'm going to clean this up. And I'm just going to grab my towel and wipe this down really quickly. I'll use some water on it later. And I'm going to get my embossing folder. And I'm going to quickly run this through my die cut machine. Okay, let's take a look. Now, mind you, I did not even spray the back of this with water. Look at how gorgeous that is. I thought that the shape and design of this stencil worked really well with this embossing folder, and my goodness, it does. So we need to zhuzh this up a little further. I have my Lindy's Magicals in Tibetan Poppy Teal. This is from the Autumn Leaves collection. I love this collection. So I am going to just take a very small amount. I have a size 6 Princeton Snap watercolor brush. Honestly, the brush that you use does not matter at all. I'm just putting a little bit of powder out there. I'm going to grab my water spray bottle. I'm not going to spray the powder because I don't want it to sploosh all over the place. But I'm going to wet my brush, and then I'm going to dip it in to the powder that way. If I were to just spray the powder, it would just get everywhere. And I don't really want to do that. Now, keep in mind that these inks are very water reactive, but I still want some splatter. We don't have to go too crazy, but a little bit is going to go a long way. And you could have done this before you embossed it, but honestly, it doesn't really matter to me one way or the other. All right, I think that's enough. And once this dries, it's going to be super shimmery. I think you can see the shimmer there already. While this is drying, I'm going to flip through my binder that has not only colored images that I've done, but also my sentiments that I've stamped out. We might use one of these. I've got some colors that might work in here. This is a little too big. I don't want it to cover up what we've done on this panel too much. Have a marvelous time. You see the best in me. One of those might be okay. Looks like I need to be making a few more. I'm kind of running low. Let's see. Let's see how this have a marvelous time looks. I feel like that is not standing out enough. We need something that has some more contrast. Which means none of these are going to work in this coloration. So I might need to actually stamp something in this deepest color that I used for the ink blending. Yeah, I think so. We're going to need to make some more of these. That's going to have to be a whole nother day. So that's something else that's good to do when you're not feeling creative, is to just make a whole bunch of sentiments. But let me find something we can use today. So I remembered that I have this set. This is the checking in stamps, and I also have the coordinating dies from Christina Werner and Concord and Ninth. And if you've seen any of my more recent videos, you know I'm obsessed with this set. So I'm looking at You're on My Mind or Long Distance Hug. I think I might stamp both of those with the Uptown ink and die cut them, and we'll see which one works better. I think either one of those are going to work great. I have stamped and die cut both of those sentiments, and here are my thoughts. I don't love this one in this placement. I don't want to hide the mandala too much. I really don't. So I think that if I had this orientation, this would be better, but I'm not really in the mood to make that orientation. And the reason for that is because the Y is at a slant. It's going this way. It's pushing your eye off of the card, and I don't want to do that. If I had it here, it would be bringing your eye into the mandala, and that is much more appropriate. But again, I don't really think that I want to do this orientation. So I'm thinking that this is better because it's a static orientation. It doesn't really make your eye go anywhere except maybe to the center of it. It's not pushing it one way or the other because it's pretty centered. So I'm thinking that I like this. I'm just trying, I don't like it there. I don't like it here because it's just kind of hanging out in space, and that doesn't really work for me. I don't like it here because, again, we're hiding too much. So I think that we might go like that. But then again, I'm kind of liking this. Maybe we'll just switch gears and do it this way. It's okay to change your mind. I kind of like that best. What do you think? Let me know in the comments if you think I should do this or if you think I should have gone that route. I'm curious what you think. But I think that I'm going to change what I was going to do and just add it this way because that's going to work out. Yep, it's going to have some color. So I'm going to grab my, you know what? I'm not even going to ink it. There's plenty of ink on here. I'm going to just quickly and softly just kind of go around the edge. There's plenty of this Uptown color on here already. No need to wipe it off and waste it. We're just going to, wow, that happened really quick. These are such juicy inks. I love that. Yep, that's perfect. Okay. Okay, we're switching gears, and that's fine. I've got my Artist Craft Glue because the nozzle on this is bigger than the one that I have on my Barely Arts glue, and it just makes the process a little faster. Okay, and then we're going to just add the sentiment, and this will be done. See, it's a fast card, which is just what I needed for today. And I got to use a really cool embossing folder and a stencil I haven't gotten to use in a while. Make sure that if you shop at A Colorful Life Designs, you use my coupon code ALFAN10, and that'll save you 10%. And I'll have the links to everything that I used in the description box below. Got to make sure that everything is weighed down. It's so nice to have these magnets. It helps hold everything in place. And then I'll hold it up to the camera in just a moment. A couple minutes have passed and I can show this to you up close. Look at that. So pretty and so fast. So thanks for hanging out with me. Make sure that you take time to be creative because it is some of the best therapy out there. So I hope that you're doing well, and have a great day. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. Be well, stay safe. Peace out.